Hey guys, I decided to make a little jungle tour video for you guys. This is not for like total new players to Paragon, but for my friends who have played a lot and are familiar, just going over some of the finer points of the jungle. So here is the typical entryway to the jungle at the start of the game, giving you a nice overhead view. I want you to notice on the right here, the inhibitor does not touch the wall, so that you can actually squeeze between the inhibitors and the wall. That will be very important later on. This is a great spot to drop wards when you're on defense to keep them out right around here. It'll show people going that way into mid lane, as well as people trying to go up in between the inhibitors. Your blue buff is going to spawn there. Take a look in the jungle as we move towards the center lane. Here's a good spot to note. There's a low dip here. Players with any kind of Decker boots or Kalari jump and things like that can get up there. Grux can pull you down from there. Right about here is where you want to place your ward down out of the lane towards the jungle. Your first ward anyway. Your second ward, you'll try to move it deeper if you can into their jungle. To the path to the left, or the one I'm taking here, also is helpful. OP area there is not a place you ever want to go unless you absolutely have to, and you know where the enemy is because you'll die. Where that white camp was that dude just killed is a great place to leave a ward because it'll give you a lot of warning when a jungler is heading your way. They'll usually check the white camp before they come to your lane to try to gank you. So if you are in this lane, you want to set your ward towards OP a little bit farther out, and then try to set one over here as well. If both lanes have set wards like that, you have basically total view of anybody approaching your lane or trying to cross the map through the jungle. On this side, you see again the opening to mid lane. There's the opening to the right lane. There's the shadow pool going back. If you're going to push up, you definitely want to run down into the forest there and drop a ward. If you get stuck fighting the tower, you can drop down. Now there's two spots here to drop down. It's kind of hard to see through the bushes here, so I'm going to spin the camera around and raise it up. You can actually jump down basically directly onto the harvester, or to the right. There's another little path there. Most people are going to assume that you're going for the harvester drop, so sometimes dropping to the right you can shake people off. This is a really good spot to get familiar with because as you leave the harvester and go towards their inhibitors, you now have three options to attack here. You can go to the right and backdoor them, or you can go to the left and backdoor them by not entering the inhibitor zone there, so even if the inhibitor's up, you can squeak past. That's huge for ganking mid lane or right lane in this situation. You can also, if you have a jump or a teleport or anything, jump onto that middle platform. Now, why would you want to do that? Say the left inhibitor's down. If you jump onto the right platform, they are unlikely to be guarding it, but with the inhibitor down, you can damage the core. So you can jump up to that one and go to the core. So now right lane, same thing, there's your buffs. The most important part of the right lane is there's many lanes to attack. So there's one there going to mid lane. There's one there, a little tunnel overlooking that. So if you lose that tower and they're pushing your second tower, you can often get a gank by going through there. And then the third option, all from that one spot, is coming up through the shadow pool here. So if you're being pushed on, if you're pushing forward, that's not a bad place to ward as well, because that's a very common gank spot. So you would ward up this area, and if you drop one a little deeper there, you can usually get the shadow pool in it as well. You don't want to enter this little alleyway unless you absolutely have to. Ganker's heaven. Drop another ward here for this lane and over here. If you have dropped those 4 wards on this left side, you basically again have total vision. Anybody leaving either lane, crossing the map, will be totally visible almost the entire way. and covers your shadow pools and whatnot, and it'll make ganking a heck of a lot easier. One thing to note there, if you are in the lane and you see your ganker running up to help you, back off, turn on travel mode. Once the ganker engages, you can speed forward in case he's going to escape your ganker and rescue him. This side also, the harvester, and from the harvester to the tower, there's a little pathway there that you can jump up with a jump character. Howitzer can do that also, and Howitzer can even get up onto this ledge if he's in a pinch using his ultimate. I hope this helps you guys.